Well, 2 decades ago, Kelly Slater made his pro debut here at Trestles, winning the Body Glove Surfer Bout, which was part of the Bud Tour. That was 1990. 6 championship tour victories later here at Trestles. Kelly's back into the round before the quarters.
I just love Brett Simpson's sarcasm. And she's tired. That's random. That's epic.
And obviously some real goals to rack up some prize money to make life easy at home and on tour, as we see Andino on the first wave of this heat.
Wow.
And that blistering backhand. It looks like it's in good touch today. A great way to kick things off, just blitzing that left.
Watch his pivot as he punches this lip right here. He gets that little slide going, which is progressive. Better right there. That was on the money. So there's and that one, again, a little more slide, but all of these turns are extremely committed, done with an amazing amount of speed. So that felt so good for Kaloy and Dino as a pro surfer. A lot of times you'll do a maneuver and you'll either kick out of the wave happy or chafed that you didn't quite hit those maneuvers on the number. I can tell you all of these maneuvers were right on the button. First one up right here. This is where he's going to break through the lip. Watch the tail release. So that's, again, that progression. This is his first move. So kind of setting the tone for the wave. This one, watch his rail. It's going to keep that arc. So, that always equates into a ton of water moving out the back. Watch the spray come off the tail. There's that arc, and there's the buckets out the back. So now he's got some power going. Still slid the tail a little bit. That's just because he's pushing so hard. This one, a bit of a combination of both. A little closer to the lip. You can see him really using his back foot, pushing that out the back. So, again, these maneuvers, the reason why they're so spot on is he's doing it with a ton of speed. He has got so much momentum down the line. And he had a great flow and rhythm, didn't he, Ronnie? Every time he bottom turned, that section was perfect.
In an event with Kaloe's dad that year, he won in 1990, his pro debut. That was around the time that Kaloe's dad was dominating the Bud Tour.
Someone who's energized. That first score in 8. And what Kaloe gives him the edge over Kelly Slater during the break right here is his ability to grease landings on airs. Kelly can get air as well. Kelly's shown it, he's good, but Kaloe really greases him.
Here goes Slater on his first wave of this round 5 heat. Just rolls over that first section with the fins hanging out to dry. And he's going to hammer away with the power that he has made famous on these long right-hand walls. Slater still working this one over. Does so well to generate speed. He always seems to find those little energy sources, even on the flatter sections. And Slater has just picked off his first wave in this heat, and it's a good one.
And again, I don't think it's a mistake that Kelly really went to the power. Right here, beautiful opening maneuver, huge tail slide, a second strong maneuver. This hack right here is so money. That was the best turn for me on that wave. So tons of progression, a great variety of maneuvers. It's ticking all the boxes in the criteria, and then Kelly finishes it. That board looking like it has a ton of flow, so he's got all the speed he wants on tap. So again, right here, these first 2 maneuvers are big. That's that commitment right there to the judges. He's got their attention. Good flow on that little snap. But this carve right here is so money. A lot of rail in the water.
And he's up once again. So potentially banking an excellent score on his first wave, and now going after the lead. And he rides out of that last maneuver. It's great to see Kelly going to that forehand slash. There he is, Kelly Slater's frontside slash, where he just tweaks that board out. There's actually a statue made of him going to that maneuver back in Florida.
Yeah, it's iconic. Cocoa Beach, his hometown. You're right, he has that bronze statue of that slash that you're talking about from when he was in his teenage years. But right there, just on cue, getting a backup score. Quick snap into a nice tail drifting air there for Kelly. He only needed a 4.57. We haven't seen the score drop yet, but it's definitely right there. It should get him to turn the heat.
Well, he did get an 8.6 on his first wave. This is a big heat. The opening exchange for both competitors, or the first ride I should say, is really just creating that contrast in their approach with his power, despite the fact he is throwing the tail around as well. There's Slater having a look at a little backhand 360. I think that was a bit of a throwaway move. He wasn't too concerned about taking that wave through to the inside. And Dino, he gets an opportunity again to show us what he can do, and he is going to drift the tail and bring it right around into a full reverse. He's going to have some more wall here. He needs to keep adding points to this ride to take this number excellent. climbing up over the foam, has another finishing turn on the inside and just swings the tail of that